love a good October cold front. We finally got a little bit of a break in weather. It's been upper 80s, low 90s for as long as I can remember. We didn't get a substantial front, but we got weather dropping down in the low to mid 70s anyway. So historically, in the past, man, the first good little cold snap in October, we've always done really well here. So we got up this morning and having some coffee, and we're not gonna hunt, but we're gonna go out and start moving some trail cameras around on some scrapes and do a few things, trying to find a couple bucks that we're after here in Missouri. So I'm pretty pumped up for the next few days. It ought to be legit. I am thankful for some cooler weather, I can tell you that. They're really starting to blow scrapes out like crazy right now. You know, it's getting in, like I said, to the not quite the middle of October, but we're getting close. And man, yesterday the outskirts of the food plots were just littered with scrapes. So we got to talking and we're like, man, let's get up tomorrow and just kind of take our time, and we'll wait till it gets daylight and up in the morning, but get over there and start moving some cameras around. And there's a couple bucks that I want to try to find. So Lord willing, they're going to get on their feet the next couple days with this little cool snap, and we'll get a crack at one of them at least. I just rolled up here in the middle of the timber. I've been getting a good 10-pointer up here a couple times, and they're really starting to scrape around the edge of these food plots a lot. We're getting into October now, and this little cool front's got them on their feet and getting them pretty active. So we brought in a scrape gripper and one of the golden rope kits, and I got a camera up here I need to change the batteries on, and I'm going to put this over one of these scrapes that's already in here. I'm going to hang the scrape dripper up, and maybe the rope too, and move that camera to that scrape. So hopefully he'll show up in here in the daylight in the next couple days. There's a big white oak right here on the edge of this food plot, and it's got some acorns on it. So they're over here picking these acorns, but look, they're tearing these scrapes up. Big scrape there. Scrape there. So we're going to move this train. I got a muddy cell camera that I've had over this food plot. We're going to move it over and let it kind of monitor these scrapes right here. Hopefully that 10-pointer will show up in here. Trying to be as stealthy as we can be. These bucks don't bed super far off of this little plot. This little plot's only about 1/4 of an acre, and it's right up in the middle of this timber block. So we're up in their bedroom right now. If he starts using this in here, we'll probably come in here and hang a set and try to hunt him out of here. We're going to have the right wind the next couple days. Frankenstein camera right here. Got a muddy cell camera, but my battery box is a stealth cam. Looks like it's gonna hook up here. Turn this on to video mode. Yep, alright, we're connected. Let's put that scrape dripper up over here. This scrape dripper up. The cool thing about these is they're designed to drip in the daytime only, so it kind of conditions your bucks. Come in here and check these scrapes during daylight hours. I think I'm just going to put the scrape dripper up right here. Might put the rope over there somewhere else on another scrape. little bit higher than what you would think. You don't really want them interacting with the scrape dripper itself, but it's up there dripping right on that scrape right there in the daytime only. So that'll work just like we need it to. Got a trail camera on it. We should be good to go. See if he shows up. All we need him to do is show up now. Just got everything in here. We slipped in as quiet as we could because we are right up in the middle of the timber. But we got that big 10-pointer on that scrape yesterday. So we come in, Cody and I found a good tree. And we're gonna get a set of millenniums up here and hopefully it's the right move. Try to get them in there as quiet as we can. I think this is gonna work slick. I come up and I put my sticks up. I got my block in. Cody's gonna hook my stand up. I'm gonna pull it up. I feel like we've got it in here about as quiet as we possibly could. This plot looks awesome. That buck was right over there on that point, on that scrape yesterday. So we come in here a couple days ago, put that camera on that scrape, and sure enough, bam, right off the bat he showed up. So we're hoping he's not bedded far. I think we got in here, like I said, quiet enough. I think it's gonna work. Alright, we're in here. Gotta get Cody's camera stand up. But other than that, we're ready to rock. Hopefully we'll see you on the blood trail. Packed the stands in a little bit ago and got them up. Ran back to the truck, got the pack. We're headed back in now to set for the afternoon. I think we're gonna be good. High pressure this afternoon. A little bit cool, a little bit warm, kind of in the middle. this is a new one. Y'all hear us talking about trying to manipulate deer movement all the time between like fence gaps and borderline and different stuff like that. So here's what we got going on. We hunted this plot down here low a couple evenings ago, and some does come out, started blowing, and our buck went above us into the next plot up above. I think what he's doing is there's a big point up here, and I think he's bedding out on that point and kind of listening and watching, and when he sees something or hears something down here, he goes out the other way. So we're pulling a flim flam on him this afternoon. I come down and made a circle around the food plot just to give him just enough to be able to hear a little bit down here and maybe cause him to move up higher this afternoon. So we're gonna jump in the truck and go up there and get on top. We'll see if it works. Cody and I climbed back into the tree that we hung yesterday. We got so close yesterday evening. Buck that we come out after showed up, just before last light at about 80 yards. We got a couple big scrapes on this end of the food plot, and for whatever reason, he just hung up there eating and feeding in the food plot, never come down to the scrapes until after dark. So we're hoping maybe tonight he'll come in a little bit earlier. The evening before last, he was on these scrapes well before dark. Got a muddy camera over there on one of them, and he was just all over that camera all evening. So fingers crossed, Missouri's gonna be good to us tonight. That's the same ones that we were hearing. No, I feel like that deer was further to the right. I feel like he's gonna come up out of that same spot. There's deer coming right there. Oh, that's a big buck deer. Gosh, another big doe. Holy cow. Just snag this GoPro right here. There's a pile of deer that just come out on the far end right here. We're watching them, trying to be as still as we can be. They come off the same trail that he did last night, so we can hear more deer walking on the ridge in there. I think they're just kind of picking acorns on the way out to this food plot. Hopefully he shows up here in just a second. We're trying to just stay as still as we can with all those does. They are flat piling out on the other end there. I hear more deer coming right here. Put this back. Here they come. There he comes. There he comes. Right there around the point. the scrape. Good. Let's see. He's gonna die right there, I think. Torqued him, buddy. I think he's down. How about a plan coming together, baby? How about a plan coming together in Missouri? That joker had me tied up in knots. He come out super early tonight. Yesterday evening, we saw that buck. We've been on him for 3 or 4 days. Yesterday morning, he come. I'm all messed up. Yesterday afternoon, he come out right before dark on the other end and stayed on the other end. Tonight, he come out early with another big deer, another big mature 9-pointer, and fed all the way to us. I thought he was going to hit this scrape right here, but he turned right there at 25, 26 yards. I'm like, man, let's get it done right there. Hammered him, dude. Yes, 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 yes. Heck of a deer, dude, and it's so awesome. When everything comes together, let me tell y'all, we had the craziest plan. So like 4 days ago, 5 days ago maybe, that buck daylighted down below us in a big food plot we got down there. So me and Cody went down there after him the next evening. Well, we got down there and we had to trim a bunch of limbs around the blind. Does didn't like it. They got to blowing out there in the food plot. Well, that evening he daylighted up here on top, so that told me he ain't going to tolerate any pressure down there. So Cody, my man Cody right here, had the idea. Let's take the mule down there, the Kawasaki mule. So we drove it down there and drove around a couple laps and parked it in the field just to give him a little bit of pressure to come up this way, and it worked like a charm. He showed up with like an hour and a half of daylight left, and I blistered him. I heard him pull down here in the timber. Missouri, man, there ain't nothing like shooting a good one in your home state. I think we've had that buck for, I think I got 3 years of pictures of him. If you looked at that deer, and y'all probably are going, oh man, it's a 3-year-old. These deer here in southern Missouri are very hard to judge age-wise unless you have history with them. And I've had 3 years of pictures of that deer. I know he's at least 5.5. I know he smoked him. He's a good one too. Yeah. Just grabbed my arrow there. It looks good. It's soaked. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I pulled up my binos and looked down there, and I heard him crash once, and then I just caught a glimpse of him looking like he was running and falling to the right. Man, there is nothing like getting it done at home here in Missouri. We've been chasing that deer for a few days. He started daylighting and we got on him, kind of made a plan and I think this is the third time we've set on him, and we've seen him 2 out of the 3 sets come together this evening. There he is, right there. Right there. Yeah, baby. He's cooked. Heck, he didn't make it 70, 80 yards out of the food plot. Like I said, I knew when I shot he was quartering to me a little bit, but I slid it up on the edge of his shoulder. I'm pretty sure I took his heart out. Oh, man. Dude, he is a stud. Heck yes. Heck yes. Woohoo. That is awesome, man. I could not be any more happy with that Southern Missouri buck right there. Check this out right here. Boom. That is so dang awesome. Man, I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. There ain't nothing wrong with getting lucky. And there's a lot of luck that goes into all of them, believe me. But we had a plan on this deer right here. You know, we've got pictures of this deer for like 3 years on this farm, and we've never put any pressure on him until he got old enough. And this year we felt like he was 5.5. He started daylighting, and Cody and I behind the camera come up with a plan. He was kind of hitting 2 different spots, so we took the mule down and parked it close to our blind down there to kind of keep him out of there and push him hopefully up to the top and use that more where we were hunting for the wind. So it worked like a charm, man. We saw him yesterday evening. He come out right at dark, a little bit too late, and tonight he strolled out with plenty of light, worked all the way to 25 yards, and we blistered him. Man, I could not be any more fired up. Like I said, they're all special, but for some reason these ones at home, they get me super fired up. He's a dang good deer too, man. Heck yes. What a dang way to start October the 10th, and we got her done on a good one. Rolling back in to show the girls. They're gonna be pumped up. Addie and Jen. And Finn, we can't forget about Finn. Man, we got him.
He's awesome.
We got him.
Congrats.
Thank you. What do you think, Addie? Would you have shot him? Would you have shot that buck? He's a 10-pointer.
He's so cool.
He's a good one, ain't he?
Yeah. Man, that's a cool gun time. Both of them are cool.
Mm-hmm. He ran down through there and smashed a tree. I heard him crash into a tree, broke the tip of his beam off right there, but he's awesome. I'm super proud of him.
Yeah.
Man, it was a crazy hunt too. They come out so dang early tonight. Mm-hmm. You know, last night he was right at dark, and me and Cody was talking in the tree like, man, we just need him to come out earlier tonight. And shoot, he come out like hour and a half before dark, and him and another big buck, and they fed right to us. Awesome. Shot him at 25 yards. We finally found a little luck in the Missouri hardwoods yesterday, and we're about to get to work on him. And I got one of the brand new Outdoor Edge Razor HTXs, and this is the first time for this knife, but just out of the package, man, I couldn't be any more excited to use this knife. You know, it's got the cool topo overlay on the handle. It feels good in your hand, and I love a knife combo that's got everything that you need with one knife, and that's what the HTX here has, from your boning blades to your drop points. It's even got a saw that comes with it. It's got a gutting blade, and then it's got a little blade pod that comes with it too, where you can store all your blades in there. They're safe, they're secure, and convenient for you. This is the folding version, so knife folds up nice and neat like that. But just a super cool knife from Outdoor Edge. They make great hunting knives, and this one right here is going to be a great all-around hunting knife that I'm going to keep in my pack all year. So check them out, Outdoor Edge.